I think one of the most damaging things business culture has normalized is making women believe that the answer to every problem is simply do more. More content, more visibility, more consistency, more optimization, more output. Honestly, I don't think women generally have a content problem. I think they have a friction problem. And there's a huge difference between those two things. Because content itself is rarely the thing that's exhausting people. It's everything surrounding the content that causes the problem. The constant task switching, the endless decisions, the operational mental load, the invisible processing happening all day long. And honestly, I think many women are quietly trying to build the visibility while already mentally overloaded, which is why content, in whatever form, starts feeling emotionally heavy before they've even opened their laptop. And I think this is particularly true for women who are balancing business alongside real life. Children, homes, relationships, care responsibilities, household logistics, invisible emotional labour. And yet, online business gurus and advice still act as though visibility exists in isolation from all of that, which is completely unfair and totally unrealistic. Visibility requires emotional capacity, and overloaded brains struggle enormously with creative output, not because we're lazy, but because our nervous systems are frankly saturated. They're fried. Honestly, this has become one of the biggest lessons in my own business just recently. The weeks where content feels easiest are not necessarily the weeks where I'm magically more disciplined. They're the weeks where the operational friction is lower, where the systems are clearer, the decisions I'm making are reduced, and where structure exists quietly in the background. And that is the real difference. Honestly, I think operational friction is one of the biggest invisible drains in modern business. Repeated thinking, repeated planning, repeated manual processing, repeated context switching, tiny cognitive leaks that slowly exhaust people, especially women already carrying invisible mental loads all day long. And this is why I think the future of business is not actually more hustle, it's better infrastructure, calmer infrastructure. And honestly, the analytics are starting to reflect that too. The content performing best right now constantly revolves around operational relief, natural communication, human first automation, visibility exhaustion, calm systems, not aggressive productivity messaging. And I think that's because audiences are also tired, in fact, probably exhausted too. People don't need more noise in their life. They need clarity. They need someone to explain why everything feels mentally heavy all the time. And I think one of the reasons short form content is currently outperforming is because emotionally overloaded people respond quickly to recognition. When somebody says, "You're not lazy, your brain is overloaded," people feel seen and it's instant. And honestly, I think that emotional recognition is becoming one of the most powerful things in content right now. Not hype, recognition. And that's why I think the businesses that grow most over the next few years are going to be businesses that make overwhelmed people feel calmer, not more pressured, calmer. That's exactly where I think intelligent automation becomes valuable. Not replacing humans, but replacing the friction, helping organize workflows, reducing repeated tasks, supporting visibility systems, lowering operational pressures, not removing humanity from business, but protecting humanity inside a business. That's the difference. Right now, I think women especially need business models that stop demanding constant emotional force because force is exhausting. Eventually, your nervous system will push back, and that's usually when visibility starts collapsing. Not because ambition disappears, but because overload has reached capacity. And that's where Karma systems matter so much. Some of the most effective systems are, frankly, very frumpy, unglamorous. They're not sexy at all. Simple weekly themes, clear content structures, templates, organized workflows, quiet infrastructure running in the background, tiny systems reducing mental resistance. I think sustainable visibility is really just reduced friction, repeated constantly over time. And that's where it is, not endless motivation, not constant discipline, reduced resistance. I think that's one of the healthiest shifts women can make in business right now, because business should support people's lives, not consume every remaining piece of energy that they've got left. I think more women are beginning to realize this now, which is why Karma business system conversations are resonating so strongly in the online world. Now, if this kind of conversation resonates with you too, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because this is the kind of thing that I'm exploring here each and every week. And if you want to continue watching, I've linked the next video in the Calm System series for you below.